Welcome to Hollywood, where the drama transcends the big screen and erupts behind the scenes. In recent years, the glossy facade of the entertainment industry has been rapidly deteriorating. What was once a sanctuary of creativity and endless entertainment now appears trapped in a never-ending cycle of turmoil. Studios are collapsing, streaming giants are hemorrhaging funds, and actors and creators are swept up in the chaos. Amidst all this upheaval, few tales are as electrifying, tangled, or captivating as the intense clash between Robert De Niro and Warner Brothers, especially after De Niro was recently exposed by Bill Maher, igniting even more sparks in their fiery feud.
So why is Trump winning? I mean, the New York Times poll this week came out, and maybe this will change it with the State of the Union address, but Trump was beating him rather soundly.
The guy is a total monster. And anybody, I don't understand it. I guess they get behind that kind of logic. They want to with people, screw them, because they're unhappy about something. He's such a mean, nasty, hateful person. I never play him as an actor because I can't see any good in him.
For those just tuning in, Robert De Niro, the legendary actor renowned for his unforgettable performances in films like The Godfather Part 2, Raging Bull, and Goodfellas, has been removed from two major Warner Brothers projects. These movies were poised to feature De Niro reprising his quintessential mob boss role, a part he could effortlessly portray, with both films offering him a combined $40 million. However, the projects are now stalled, and De Niro has shifted from leading star to legal opponent, accusing Warner Brothers of dismissing him unfairly due to his political beliefs. Initially, the situation appeared straightforward. Warner Brothers had selected De Niro for two roles centered around mob bosses, perfectly aligned with his formidable and commanding presence. Together, these roles were expected to earn him $40 million, cementing his status as one of Hollywood's highest-paid actors. With such a significant investment, the studio was clearly banking on his star power to draw audiences. But as is often the case in Hollywood, unexpected complications arose, leading to a spectacular fallout. Warner Brothers announced they were cutting ties with De Niro, effectively removing him from both films. For an actor of his stature, this was a major upheaval. Questions quickly surfaced. Was it a dispute over contracts? Creative disagreements? The truth turned out to be much more tangled. De Niro promptly blamed the termination on political reasons, claiming that Warner Brothers yielded to pressure from public figures and groups who opposed his outspoken views.
I don't understand why people are not taking him seriously, because you read about it historically in other countries that they didn't take the people seriously. I think Hitler, Mussolini, but they're fools and clowns. Well, there will be, and I hear it, there's some people, I mean, who think that this guy is going to do exactly what he says he's going to do?
Right.
He's done it already. If he gets elected, it's going to change this country.
De Niro has never been one to mince words, and his outspoken views on political and social issues have earned him both admiration and criticism. He now claims that his candid opinions have cost him his roles, but Warner Brothers offers a different, more provocative perspective. Insiders at the studio assert that the decision to dismiss him wasn't about his political beliefs per se, but rather the way he expressed them. According to these sources, De Niro made a series of inflammatory remarks that offended large segments of the public, leading Warner Brothers to sever ties to protect their brand.
Do you really worry that if he were to win again, and I'm not saying this like it's such a far-fetched notion, if he were to win again, that he would not give up power?
You know he won't. You know he won't. He even said it. He's never going to give it up. And anybody who deludes themselves in thinking that he is, shame on you.
You have compared the Trump family to a gangster family, which is something coming from you. What do you mean?
They are. Well, because he thinks he's a gangster.
In this segment, Robert De Niro delves into the complexities of political power, expressing his concerns about its potential misuse. He draws sharp comparisons between influential political families and traditional gangster dynasties, offering his candid perspective on leadership and authority.
I don't think that gangsters in that world would think much of him, because there's honor among thieves. There's honor in anything. If you don't keep your word and do the right thing with people, no matter what profession you're in, you are going to get ostracized.
Robert De Niro has never been one to mince words. and his fiery commentary on political and social issues has garnered both admiration and criticism. Now, he asserts that his outspoken opinions have cost him his roles, while Warner Brothers presents a different, more dramatic narrative. According to insiders at the studio, the decision to dismiss De Niro wasn't rooted in his political beliefs, but rather in the manner he expressed them. The actor is said to have made a series of inflammatory remarks that offended large segments of the public, prompting Warner Brothers executives, including CEO David Zaslav, to take decisive action in today's hypersensitive media landscape. Making matters worse, De Niro was allegedly demanding a substantial pay increase, seeking $60 million for the two projects, along with higher residuals. Warner Brothers was already concerned about the film's budgets, and De Niro's financial demands only intensified the tension. As conflicts escalated, WB decided to sever ties with the legendary actor, a move that sparked an even larger controversy. Unwilling to accept the dismissal quietly, De Niro is preparing for a legal battle that promises to be as intense as any courtroom drama he has ever portrayed on screen. He is suing Warner Brothers and CEO David Zaslav, claiming that his firing was politically motivated. De Niro alleges that the studio succumbed to pressure from groups opposing his views and deliberately sabotaged his career by removing him from the projects. In his lawsuit, he seeks damages for the $40 million he was set to earn, though many legal experts and industry insiders view his case as weak, suggesting it may be more of a public relations maneuver than a legitimate legal challenge. Meanwhile, Warner Brothers maintains that the termination was solely due to De Niro's controversial behavior and the professional risks it posed, not his political stance. If the legal battle isn't dramatic enough, De Niro is also launching a PR offensive. The actor has lined up appearances on podcasts, radio shows, and talk shows, including The Howard Stern Show, to tell his side of the story. He aims to portray himself as a victim of corporate censorship in an industry that no longer tolerates dissenting opinions. Expect passionate monologues, sharp critiques, and emotional appeals as De Niro takes his fight to the public eye. However, while De Niro is mobilizing his supporters, Warner Brothers is grappling with the fallout. The two mob boss films he was set to star in are now in serious jeopardy, one facing major budget cuts and the other at risk of being canceled entirely. Replacing a living legend like De Niro is proving to be an enormous challenge for the studio, which is struggling to salvage its investment. Additionally, De Niro's former co-stars have been instructed by their agents and managers to distance themselves from him, a typical Hollywood response when an actor's reputation is under scrutiny. This isolation only adds to De Niro's frustration and sense of betrayal. De Niro's clash with Warner Brothers is more than a personal dispute. It reflects the broader challenges facing Hollywood today. The entertainment industry is undergoing significant changes, with streaming platforms disrupting traditional business models, public opinion wielding unprecedented influence, and studios navigating a landscape fraught with potential controversies. In this environment, even A-list stars like De Niro are not immune to the repercussions of their actions. For Warner Brothers, the decision to part ways with De Niro may have been necessary to mitigate professional risks, but it also underscores the delicate balance studios must maintain between creative freedom, public relations, and financial stability. Competitors like Disney are also feeling the pressure, highlighting how high the stakes have become in the battle for dominance in the entertainment world. As for Robert De Niro, his future in Hollywood hangs in the balance. The legal showdown with Warner Brothers could extend for months, if not years, and the impact on his reputation might take even longer to mend. Known for his resilience and determination, De Niro is unlikely to back down easily. Whether he's embodying a mob boss or challenging a billion-dollar studio, he's always prepared for a fight. One thing is certain, this saga is far from over, and the next chapter promises to be just as dramatic, messy, and utterly captivating as the ones before.